Hi, I'm Teresa, and this is a love letter to my grandmother. And today I thought I would make a cookie. Now, normally I make drop cookies. I've made lots and lots of drop cookies in my life, but I've not made many refrigerator cookies. In fact, I'm trying to remember if I've ever made any. But this is a recipe that my grandmother made, and when I was living in Taiwan, my grandmother and my mom came and visited me, and my grandmother brought me a big box of this cookie. So it's pretty exciting. It's called a nut wafer. And instead of showing you the card that I have, I printed out a version of my cookbook that I've been putting together for the family of the recipes, and I have included some of Grandma's Aunt Minnie's artwork and the layout, and then of course the original recipe. Probably really hard to see, but there you go. So that's what I'm going to be using today. And the first thing I'm supposed to do is melt 1.5 cups of shortening. So I'm going to do that. Okay, so I'm melting the 1.5 cups of shortening, and I must confess I did not have that much Crisco. I had about 1.25 cups of Crisco, and so then the remaining quarter is butter that I'm melting. I don't know how that'll impact the flavor, but we do what we have. And in the interest of full disclosure, I also do not have all the nuts that I'm supposed to have. I'm supposed to have 1 cup of chopped nuts, and since Grandma loved walnuts, I thought I would do walnuts, but I only had about 1/2 cup of walnuts. So this mixture is going to be about 1/2 cup of walnuts and 1/2 cup of pecans, because that's what I had. Okay, so now that the shortening and butter mixture has melted, I'm supposed to take that and cream that with the brown sugar, which is 1 cup of brown sugar and 1 cup of white sugar. So the next step is to take the melted shortening, the 1 cup of brown sugar, and the 1 cup of white sugar, and mix those together. Okay, so I've mixed the shortening, brown sugar, and white sugar, and now I am to gradually add the well-beaten eggs, and there are 2 of those. So here I am. Pour that in there. So now I'm supposed to mix 4 cups of flour, 2 teaspoons of baking soda, and 1 teaspoon of cinnamon. I've already mixed together the flour and the baking soda, and now I'm just going to add the cinnamon. We mix that together. And now the magic happens. We mix the flour and the sugar. I'm also supposed to put the nuts in the flour. So we'll put the nuts in the flour, mix that up, and we'll put the flour into the sugar. Okay, so I've mixed my cookie dough, and it looks pretty good. You can see there's some nuts hiding in there, walnuts and pecans. Looks pretty good, and tastes really good. The next step is to take a cookie sheet and line it with wax paper. So I have my cookie sheet. Normally I have Kristen's slip pad in here that she got me, Martha Stewart. It's probably not how it's pronounced, but that's what I always call it. And I got my wax paper. And I have lined it. So now the next thing I'm supposed to do is form the cookie dough into 2 rolls the length of the cookie sheet. And it's supposed to be about 2.5 inches in diameter. I've never done this, so let's see. Doesn't seem that hard. Let's see. So I formed them into 2 rolls, and I think it's pretty good for my first time. You can see there they are. A little bit hard joining them together, kind of some seams. But tomorrow I will slice them and then cook them, so I think it's okay. There are no actual instructions on if I should cover them or not, but I think it's a good idea because they won't absorb flavors that are inside the fridge, and that doesn't sound all that appealing to me. So I think I'm gonna cover them in plastic wrap, and then I'll put them in the fridge, and they're supposed to chill for 24 hours. So that means we'll have to take this up tomorrow. Hi, so it's been 25 hours since I started to chill the nut wafer cookie dough. And now I am preheating the oven to 350 degrees, and I need to cut the cookie dough into quarter-inch thick slices. So I'm gonna do that, and then we'll start putting them on the cookie sheet. Now I'm a little worried that I'm not very skilled at 1/4 inch thick cookies, but we'll see. I've never done this before. We'll see how hard they are to cut. Looks like it's really super easy, and I'm just kind of doing it all at once, and then I'll arrange them on the sheet. Seems like it'll be a little bit easier there. So here they are. I've sliced them. Some seem a little more crumbly than others. I have one that's significantly thicker than the others, but I didn't think I could cut it in half and have it be the right consistency. And I guess I was imagining them to be a little bit more round than they are. I assume that's my fault. Somehow I did something wrong, but there you go. So one of the things that I found was it was a little easier for me to put the cookies on the cookie sheet if I actually picked them up with the knife. Not for all of them, some were fine, but like these more crumbly ones, which I have right here. You can see these crumbly ones were a little bit harder, and I found picking them up on my knife and then transferring them over was a little bit easier. So the oven is almost done preheating. And when it is done, then what I'm gonna do is cook the first batch that I have on the cookie sheets for 10 to 12 minutes. And we'll see how that goes. Okay, so the timer just went off. Gonna take out the second batch of cookies, and then Eric and I are gonna I'm gonna take out the second batch, and then Eric are going to taste the first batch. They look amazing. Okay, Eric, why don't you come in and we'll try these famous grandma's nut wafers.
Okay, smell good.
They do, they smell really good. You wanna pick one?
Oh yes, I pick. Okay.
Okay, let's try them. They look pretty good.
Yeah, nice.
I like them a lot.
Good sharp bready and kind of nice crunchy.
Very, very crisp and crunchy.
Good tea cookie. But because I'm usually more of a soft cookie fan, but you know these are good because they're supposed to be kind of crispy.
Yeah. Well, I think it's a nice variety. I think, you know, we almost always eat soft cookies, so it's nice to have a nice crunchy cookie to have with like a tea or something. Fantastic.
Good job.
Well, that's all for us here today at A Love Letter from My Grandmother. Bye.
Bye.
伤心的哭泣，一路往东方走，找不到你，油画在老树上，我到过东方寻觅。